English breakfast includes sausages, bacon, eggs, beans, and a form of potato and toast, and extras can sometimes be added. This is often quite a large meal which changes depending on families and location within the UK. It is often the case that people will choose what they like from this list and make it into a smaller meal, for example a bacon or sausage sandwich. When people do not want to eat this, cereal or toast are popular choices. This is often eaten between 8 am and 10 am, depending on whether it is a weekday or the weekend, when families tend to have breakfast all together.
As most people are off to go to the house for lunch, many people make a packed lunch that includes a sandwich with one or two fillings, with the most common being ham or cheese, a packet of crisps, a piece of fruit, and a sweet treat such as a chocolate bar. This form of lunch is common with school children as it is seen as a balanced lunch that will get someone through the day. It is normally put into some form of container that can be taken with you wherever you go. This meal will normally be eaten between 12 and 2 p.m.
Between lunch and dinner, it can be seen as a treat to have afternoon tea, which involves very traditional finger food. It began in the 1800s as it was linked to the wealthier people, which has been adapted to the 21st century, so is seen as a treat for many. It normally involves a hot drink, such as a cup of tea or coffee, along with small cakes such as Victoria sponge and biscuits. This can either be done at home or as a part of a social activity.
Throughout the day, there are many snacks that people have which could either be sweet or savoury. The sweet options normally include biscuits, sweets and chocolate. The savoury options include crisps, pork pies or small sausages. Snacks could also include fruit such as apples and grapes. These are often the food that appear at family and friends parties.
Within British culture, there are several dinner time manners that many families follow. For example, when setting the table, the fork goes on the left, the knife goes on the right, and the spoon above the plate. When eating, the whole family will stay seated until everyone in the family has finished their meal and put their knife and fork together on the plate. No mobile phones are normally allowed at the table, as it is a good time for families to talk about their day.
Sausage and mash, also known as bangs and mash, is one of the most traditional comfort food meals that keeps the British warm after a long cold day. It includes sausages and mashed potato, normally with a side of vegetables. Some people choose to add gravy, which sometimes has onions in, for extra flavour. It is seen as a healthy option that can be adapted to personal choice and is one that the whole family normally enjoys.
There are days in the week when families decide not to cook and get a takeaway instead, often seen as a treat. A very traditional takeaway is fish and chips, especially when near the seaside, but also it can be a chance to try other countries' cuisines such as Indian or Chinese. Fish and chips used to be wrapped in newspaper, but is now wrapped in slightly different paper that most people like to eat their meal out of. Many add salt and vinegar to this meal. There is an increasing range of choices along with fish, such as a battered sausage or pies.
After dinner, many people often have a pudding or a dessert. This is often, especially in the winter, a warm cake with custard or ice cream. This could include toffee or chocolate pudding. In the summer, it is normally a colder dessert, for example, jelly and ice cream or banoffee pie.